That's my age. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure to perform for you tonight. For those that are unfamiliar with the tale, though I suspect most of you here will know it, the tale of a drunken man's perilous journey home after a long day and night's drunken revelry in the taverns of Ayr. As an Ayr man myself, it's a poem very close to my heart. So close, in fact, that I've been reenacting it every Friday and Saturday night for the last 42 years. If a few of you are maybe doing the arithmetic, I think 42 and 18, we must be 58. Well, I'm no, I just started early. The keen-eyed amongst you will have noticed we don't have a grey mare. She was actually grey a few weeks ago, but we were just back from Olympia. We were taking part in the Hobby Horse of the Year show, which had a wee makeover. We came second, we would have come first, but it was a refusal at the last. The horse was okay, but I said, I'm never going to get over that. Anyway, without further ado, I'll give you the masterpiece that is Tam O Shanter, a tale by Robert Burns. When Chapman Billies leave the street, and truthy neighbours meet, as market days are wearing late, and folk begin to tack the gate, whilst we sit, boozing at the nappy, and getting food, and unca happy. We think, nah, the land Scot smiles, the mosses, waters, slaps and stiles, that lie between us and our hame, where sits our sulky, sullen day, gathering our brows like gathering storm, nursing our wrath to keep it warm. This truth, and honest Tam O Shanter, as he frae airy night did canter, all there, when ne'er a town surpasses, for honest men and bonny lasses. Ah, Tam, hadst thou but been so wise, as ta'en thy ain wife Kate's advice. She told thee weel thou was a skellum, a blethering, blustering, drunken blellum, that frae November to October, a market night, thou wasna sober. The tilka melda with the miller, thou sat as long as thou would siller, and every nag was cad a shoe on. The smith and thee got roaring fu on that at the Lord's house, even on Sunday, thou drank the curtain gin till Monday. She prophesied that late or soon thou would be found deep drowned in June, or catch with warlocks in the muck by Alloway's old haunted cunt. Ah, gentle dames, it gars me greet to think how mony counsels sweet, how mony length and sage advices the husband frae the wife despises. But to our tale, a market night, Tam had got planted unca right, fast by an ingle, blazing finely, where Raymond Swats that drank divinely. And at his elbow, Suitor Johnny, his ancient trusted truthy crony, Tam load him like a very brother. They had been food for weeks ago. The night drave on with sands and clatter, and aye, the ale was growing better. The landlady and Tam grew gracious, with secret favours, sweet and precious. The suitor told his queerest stories, the landlord's laugh was ready chorus. A storm without might rear and rustle. Tam didna mind the storm a whistle. Kea, mad to see a man sae happy, he'd drowned himself amongst the nappy. As bees flee hame with lades of treasure, the minutes winged their way with pleasure. Kings may be blessed, but Tam was glorious. For all the ills of life, victorious. But pleasures are like poppies spread. You seize the flower, its bloom is shed off, like the snow falls in the river, a moment white, then melts forever. Or like the Borealis race, that flit till you can point their place. Got a bit of haggis up there. Or like the rainbow's lovely form, a vanishing amidst the storm. Nay man can tether time nor tide. The hour approaches, Tam on right. That hour o' night's black arch, the key stain, that dreary hour Tam mounts his beast in, and sick a night he tacks the road in, as ne'er poor sinner was abroad in. The wind blew as 'twould blown its last, the rattling showers rose in the blast, the speedy gleams the darkness swallowed. Loud, deep and lang, the thunder bellowed that night. A child might understand. The Gael had business in his hand. Hey! Stand still. Hang on. Wheel mounted on his grey mare Meg, brown mare Meg, a better never lifted leg. Tam skelpit on through dub and mire, despising wind and rain and fire, whilst holding fast his good blue bonnet, whilst crooning out an old Scotch sonnet, whilst glowering round with prudent cares, lest bogles catch him unawares. Kirk Galloway was drawing nigh, where ghasts and Hullets nightly cry. By this time he was crossed the ford, where in the snow the chattins moved, and past the birds in Micklestane, where the drunken Charlie Bracknick's bane, and through the winds and by the cairn where hunters from the birds of Bairn, and near the thorn aboon the well, where Mungo's mother hanged herself. Before him, Doon pours all his floods. The doubling storm roars through the woods, the lightning splash from pole to pole, near and more near, the thunder's rolling, glimmering through the groaning trees. Kirk Galloway seemed in a blaze. Through El Cabor the beams were glancing, and loud resounded mirth and dancing, inspiring bold John Barleycorn. What dangers thou canst make us scorn. Ladies and gentlemen, you're more than welcome to join me in a wee swally at this juncture. It's while I wet the old whistle. With Tiffany, we fear no evil. We Uskaba. We'll fight the devil. The swat say reamed, and Tammy's nodal. Fair play, he captain deals a bodle, but Maggie stood, right sair astonished, till by the heel and hand admonished, she ventured forward on the light, and vowed Tam saw an uncas. Warlocks and witches in a dance. Nay, Cotillon brought new frae France, but hornpipes, jigs, strathspeys and reels, put life and metal in their heels. I went at bunker in the east, there sat old Nick, in shape o' beast, a towsy tyke, black, grim and large. To gie them music was his charge, he screwed the pipes, and gart them skirl, till roof and rafters had a dirl. Coffins stood round, like open presses, showed the dead in their last dresses, and by some devilish cantret slight, each in his cold hand held a light, by which heroic Tam was able to note upon the hairy table a murderer's banes in gibbet airns. Twa spanline, wee unchristened bairns, a thief new cutted for a rate with his last gasp, his gab did gape. 5 tomahawks with blood red rusted, 5 scimitars with murder crusted, a garter which a babe had strangled, a knife a father's throat had mangled, whom his ain son a life bereft, the grey hairs yet stacked to the cleft, we may are horrible and awful, which even to name would be unlawful. 3 lawyers' tongues turned inside out, with lies seemed like a beggar's cloak. 3 priests' hearts, rotten, black as muck, lay stinking vile in every nook. Tammy glowered, amazed and curious. The mirth and fun grew fast and furious. The piper loud and louder blew, the dancers quick and quicker flew. They reeled, they set, they crossed, they click it. Till Ilka, Carlin, Swat and Ricken kissed their duddies to the mark and link it at it in her sark. Oh, now Tam O Tam. Had they been queens, a plump, strapping in their teens, their sarks instead of creasy flannin been snow white, 1700 linen. Their breeks o' mine, mainly pair that ain't a plush a good blue hair. I would ha' gi'en them aff my hurdies for a blink of the bonny birdies, but withered beldams, auld and drawl, rigwoody hags, would speed a fall, louping and flinging on a crummock. I wonder didn't they turn thy stomach. But Tam kenned what was what fu brawly. There was a winsome wench in Whalley that night enlisted in the corps, and lang after kenned on Carrick shore, for mony a beast to dead she shot, and perished mony a bonny boat, and shook both meikle corn and bear, and held the countryside in fear. Her cutty sark, o paisley harm that while a lassie she had worn, in longitude though sorely scanty, it was her best, and she was vanity. Ah, little kenned thy reverend granny that sark she caught for her wee nanny with 12 pound Scots. 'Twas all riches would ever graced a dance of witches. But here my muse, her wingman cover, 6 flights are far beyond her power, to sing how Nanny lap and flying a supple jade she was, and strang, and how Tam stood like ane bewitched. Thought he's very een enriched. Even Satan glowered and fidged fu fain, and hotched and blew with might and mental. First a caper, sin another. Tam tint his reason a' together and roars out, "Well done, cutty sark!" And in an instant, all was dark. And scarcely had he Maggie rallied, when out the hellish legion sallied, as bees was out with angry fight, when blundering herds assail their bike, as open pussy's mortal foes, and pop she starts before their nose, as eager runs the market crowd, and catch the thief resounds aloud, so Maggie runs, the witches follow, with mony an eldritch screech and hollow. Ha, Tam O Tam, thou get thy fern, in hell they'll roast ye like a hen. In vain thy Kate awaits thy coming. Kate soon will be a woeful one. Do thy speedy utmost, Meg, and win the keystone of the brig. Thereat below thy tail may toss a running stream, the near the cross, but ere the keystone she could make, the fate, the tail she had to shake for. Nanny, far before the rest, hard upon noble Maggie pressed, and flew at Tam with furious ettle. But little was she Maggie's mettle. A spring brought off her master hail, but left behind her ain grey tail. The carlin clottered by the rump, and left poor Maggie scarce a stump. Now, this tale of truth shall read. Ilk man or mother's son, take heed. Whene'er to drink ye are inclined, or cutty sarks run in your mind, think ye may buy the joys of our dear. Remember, Tam O Shanter's near.